So as you can see from the title of this video, it's going to be about depersonalization and derealization. Been meaning to put this out for quite a long time, but just never got around to it. But today I woke up and I heard about this Vegas attacks. So my bites were actually there, and it just makes you wonder, if you don't put it out now, is it ever going to be put out? So I want to make this, and the primary point of it is for people who already have depersonalization, derealization, and what is the necessary core on how to fix it. And it's actually the hardest thing that you can do, that you can think of. It's not about taking drugs, it's not about meditating, it's about accepting your state as it is right now, your emotional state, and accepting the depersonalization / the derealization in full. Accepting it as it is, that this is the way it is right now. It may get better in the future, it may not. But once you accept it, okay, it loses that emotional stranglehold on you. You're no longer fighting it. If anxiety comes regarding it, you allow it to come, and it doesn't fuck with your emotional state every single day. As long as you accept it, you let it be, then it's going to eventually rescind. Okay? Now I understand, there are some severe cases. Okay? Back when I was 17, I also was a severe case. Every single day, waking up with the most anxiety I've ever had in my life. So much anxiety, I'd wake up, there's nothing in my stomach, I'm still puking every single day. Going to school was hell. But the main thing that happened was learning to accept that the emotional state was okay. Now, there are a lot of misdiagnoses for depersonalization, derealization. For some reason, it's still not widely known in the community yet. And the community, I mean like the medical community. When you describe your symptoms to people, they often hear it like, oh, he's feeling unreal, it's like things are feeling more distant. A lot of times they'll come up with something like experiencing hallucinations, schizophrenia, and it's not that. And it's very important to realize that there is a big distinction. The depersonalization, the derealization, it's simply feeling detached from yourself and from reality. There's a texture, a theme to absolutely everything, but you don't realize that until it goes away. Until you experience derealization and the fact that simply going outside has its own emotion, that your memories have their own emotion. Once you start feeling detached from those things as if they're happening to someone else, or that you stop feeling them entirely, it's an impossible thing to describe to someone. When you try to describe it, you sound bizarre, crazy. But it's important to understand that you're not going crazy, not insane, you're just feeling detached from those things. Now, the reason why you're feeling detached from those things could be a variety of reasons. Usually anxiety is the cause, but it's the fact that you're running away from your anxiety. Most people, when they do feel anxiety, they feel it, they accept it, and then it goes away. People with derealization, it seems the automatic response trigger is to run away from it. Is to run away that feeling. It feels traumatic, and as soon as you run away from it, that feeling of depersonalization, derealization, it comes and it hits you full force. Now, for some people, that may last maybe a day. For example, they lose a loved one, they feel derealization. For some reason, they can't exactly remember that time, but then it goes away. But people who have consistent depersonalization, derealization, it just lingers, okay? And it really sucks the joy of life when you're not able to accept how you feel. You feel like, wow, yeah, I'm experiencing the same thing as someone else, and yet they have a totally different way of taking it in. They're feeling all this emotion, this joy, but I'm stuck in this state where everything just feels foggy, hazy, just you cannot focus on anything. And that's why the hardest thing is accepting the way it is, because you want to feel different. You want to feel like, no, I want to feel happy, I want to feel this. But the more you fight it, either it's going to stay the same or it's going to get worse. So my message out there to all you people with depersonalization, with derealization is accept how you feel right now. All right, Andrew out.